All eyes were on Montreal last night as the world watched the confinement with Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn and a storm approaching known as the Elimination Chamber. And what a night it was. We got all that and a lot of lanyard for you coming up on this Fallout edition of the Elimination Chamber on the World Elite Podcast. Let's go. Money.
So what does it mean to be a raging Cajun? Southwest Louisiana, wreck your face, man. Still don't get it in, I'ma let you know. All you gotta do is come and join the show.
Yeah! We're the highest tier pod. I got a little LA Knight vibe there. But we're the highest tier pod, your weekly unfiltered wrestling and entertainment. Welcome to the World Elite Podcast, your pod, your weekly unfiltered wrestling, and we're ready to go. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube and Twitch as well. Of course, Marcus and Marcus Elite 337 on Twitter, talking the fallout of the Elimination Chamber and a little bit of that Battle in the Valley, what I remember. But we got to welcome back a guy who finally stepped in the podcast chamber yesterday, and man, was that a fun one. We welcome back from the town of 700 people up in southern New York. It's Justin from the End Time Wrestling Podcast. What's up?
It's all about the money.
Yeah, this shit lives rent free in my head now.
It's never gonna exit. I think everybody should just implant that in there and just walk around and just go money.
Yeah. If I can't talk like a Canadian where my mouth is just like money.
Just money.
I just have to get my jaw shattered to do that. Just money. Gonna have. Oh shit. Well, I gotta say first, what a fucking show that was last night. WWE nailed it out the park again. They just need to work on giving us a proper ending, if you know what I mean. But on top of that, I'm on a fucking roll now. This is back-to-back WWE pay-per-views. I went a perfect score, 5-0 in predictions for the Rumble and 5-0 for the Elimination Chamber. Battle in the Valley, I have lost about probably 2 or 3 matches. We'll talk later. But how'd you do in the Chamber predictions?
I went 5-0 for Elimination Chamber, and I went 5-5 for Battle in the Valley, which I was like, okay, it's kind of even score. I'll take it.
Nice. I think a lot of people were in that 5-0 or maybe the 4-1 category. It depends who picked who in the Elimination Chamber, but it's been very predicting lately. Like, we all knew Cody and Rhea were going to win the Rumbles. So that was a big win for everybody in the entire world. Chamber, it depends, because, I've heard people say in the women's, they wanted, outside of Asuka, they wanted Raquel, or they wanted Liv, or they even wanted Nikki Cross to win. For the men's side, I've heard a lot of Montez Fords, a lot of Johnny Garganos, and a couple of Bronson Reeds. No Damian Priest, though. So, yeah, I feel bad for them. But I think the entire world, except Montreal, picked Roman to retain, which it was obvious we were getting wrong. But they were just average. If you watch the kickoff show, I don't know why they didn't play it on the main show. They showed like a little video package of Montreal and like all the great names that came out of Montreal, from like Pat Patterson to Dino Bravo and Luna Vachon and all these guys. And I'm like, are they trying to tell us something? Are they pulling a No Way Out 2004 here? Because what if Sami would have done that? Jesus Christ, the hell would have froze over if Sami would have dethroned Roman's 900 2-day reign.
I saw that on the freaking pre-show, and I go, holy shit, this Ariel Helwani narrated fucking All About Montreal thing was, like, really fucking good. Like, that could have been the start of the show, like, to kick it off, like, the whole build-in, like, package to get into Elimination Chamber. I was like, damn, this is fucking good.
Not to mention, he was at ringside for the show, and even one of the greatest UFC fighters to come out of Montreal, George St. Pierre, was in attendance as well.
We even got Michael Cole talking about him and taking little digs at somebody else, which is fucking hysterical.
Maybe that's what his announcement is Wednesday. he's kind of sissy fit what Michael Cole said on Elimination Chamber. No telling. That's a whole nother thing.
Guys, they're talking about us. They're talking about us. What the fuck? It's a war. It's a war, I tell you. Like,
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
I love that fucking clip every time because it fits so many things when you talk about Tony Khan. It's just like when people are like, what's Tony Khan thinking? What's Tony Khan saying in this moment right here? And it's literally just, I'm serious. I'm not going to take this fucking shit. And I'm like, yep, see?
But Tony Khan versus Michael Cole, Forbidden Door 2. There you go. Michael gonna come out in the orange fucking headgear and the singlet. He's like,
never would you expect people to root for Michael Cole for anything except for if he's about to step in there and have a fight with Tony Khan.
He'll sell it if he gets Pat McAfee in his corner.
Oh my God, easy. Tony can't win. He can't win when you got Pat in your corner or just Pat in any vicinity of anything. You can't lose like at all.
Oh, no telling. So, elimination, we'll start with Chamber first. What the show's mainly about. I told you, I said they were going to overfill this place. They had 17,271 in attendance, and I saw a blip shot on Twitter I retweeted. Even behind the camera, all those seats were completely sold out. So that whole arena sold out. And just to see Sami get a chance against Roman Reigns. And plus, it's Elimination Chamber, and WWE has been kicking ass since Triple H has been taking over.
That crowd was amazing last night. Amazing.
Absolutely. So we kick off the show with the Women's Elimination Chamber match to challenge Bianca at WrestleMania. So it kicked off. So we had Natalya and Liv start the match. The first four you see were in the pods: Asuka, Raquel, Nikki Cross, and Carmella. And the match actually wasn't bad. The order, I'm trying to remember the ordering. I think Raquel came. I know Asuka came out last. I think it was Raquel, then Carmella, then Nikki Cross, then Asuka. Asuka was the last to come out of her chamber. Not a bad match. I mean, everyone's on Twitter has got a hard on all of a sudden talking about Liv Morgan's Daisy Duke looking attire and her ring gear. And only thing I have to bitch about was Corey Graves kissing his wife's ass, sucking on his wife's tit, saying, oh, she's going to wrestling. I didn't think she was going to be a runner-up. First off, I'm just jumping guns here. But if I had that clip right now, I'd use it, the scene from Life, like, hey, nobody want to hear that bullshit.
I said the same thing. Like, just listening to him talk. He was like, I'm guaranteeing you right now, this is the one. Carmella's the one I'm picking to go to WrestleMania. And I'm like, of course you fucking would, Corey. I'm like, if you don't pick your wife, you're in the fucking doghouse, bro. What the fuck are you expecting at this point?
Yeah. You don't pick your wife. No sex for you tonight, buddy.
Right? Get your hand prepped, my guy.
And there's at times I want to, I got to compare this. Jump and shift now. I want to compare this commentary to like New Japan's commentary. You realize at times whenever you're watching a New Japan match, they're like quiet, talking like you're watching freaking golf.
Yes. Alex Marvez style from AEW, where he fucking used to be on commentary and he'd sit there and just go, he sounded like he was calling a golf match. He's like, well, I remember Kenny Omega doing all this stuff here in New Japan. And I'm like, Alex, speak the fuck up.
Yeah, Alex Marvez and Aiden English, they're talking, they're watching. He's like, collar elbow tie up as he strings across the ring rope. These guys have once been a great tag team, or would be the dream tag team. Corey Graves, Michael Cole's like, Carmella, man, all about money. Shut up, Cole. I know that. I'm fucking her for Christ's sakes.
We get it, Corey. You're one lucky man. All right. We don't need to keep constantly hearing it.
I love Alex Marvez, but I can't listen to an Alex Marvez match without Caprice Coleman.
Oh my God. Freaking Ian Riccaboni's
love that comparing.
Ian Riccaboni's great too, though. But my God, like even for the show for Battle in the Valley, he was talking low. I'm like, okay, Golf commentary is a no-go for me.
So I was shocked Nikki was the first to get eliminated. I was waiting for like Carmella or even Natalya to get eliminated. But no, Nikki gets eliminated first by Raquel.
She's a house of fire. Holy shit.
And then Liv kind of shocked me. I mean, she kind of reminded me of Stone Cold WrestleMania. Like she was locked in a technical submission by Natalya, and I think Natalya had her in the sharpshooter, and then Asuka had her like it's some like look like the crossface or something, and then she's just like not giving up, didn't want to tap out, and she just passed out. Considered as a technical submission, and she got eliminated, and some of the fans were booing her.
Same way that she lost to Ronda. She basically just smiled her way out of it. And I'm like, is that just going to be her gimmick now? If you lock her in a submission now, she just smiles and passes out? Like, what?
That's some Harley Quinn shit. Like, never give up Liz. That's what I'm about to just call her from now on.
Hell, why not?
Then Natalya gets eliminated by Carmella, and, all the Canadians are pissed and need something to cry about.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, we knew Natalya wasn't going to win. I mean, you put her in the match just to give her a match in front of her home country, but we knew.
Basically.
I'm lucky she made it that far. She wasn't the first eliminated. And then I'm looking at the final three, and I'm thinking, oh, it's coming down to Raquel and Asuka. No, Raquel gets eliminated by Asuka and Carmella. And then, I mean, it was neato, but it didn't last long. I think it was like a minute and a half before Carmella got eliminated later. But I was like, great. Now I got to hear Corey Graves brag more about his wife being the runner-up, saying Mella is mania or whatever. Nope, she gets put in the Asuka lock, taps out, and I'm like, called it. Asuka's going to WrestleMania. Hopefully she'll get that WrestleMania moment. But I'm dying to see what the entrance is going to look like as coming out as Kana and the beast mask and everything. She's gonna ride an actual beast to the ring or something. Watch,
bro. That'd be nuts. That'd be nuts.
You imagine we see a lot of Shintogo shit. Like we're gonna see a lot of Japanese. Like you'll hear the flute like ooh, and all Japanese culture vibe entrance. It's going. I could see it now.
Bro, sign me the fuck up. It sounds awesome. Completely.
I want to just see like in the Karate Kid, Asuka just like eyes to eyes with a fucking cobra at the entrance stage.
Holy shit!
And then the cobra just dies. Like she just looks in its eyes and it dies. That's a fucking entrance right there.
Yes. Let's go.
Give me. So, to be honest, I thought this match was actually good. Now, a month ago, I thought the Women's Rumble was better than the Men's Rumble, but the Men's Chamber was definitely better than this one. But this one wasn't bad. I'll give this Women's Chamber match a solid 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think everybody in that Chamber match did fucking fantastic right there. They did really good. Like, Liv looked awesome, especially with her epic fucking sunset bomb off the top of the freaking pod, which was dope as fuck. Yeah, that was insane. Asuka looked badass the entire time. Raquel actually getting eliminated by 2 people is actually fucking cool because it makes her look good, and it needed 2 people to put her out, which is amazing. Liv actually getting eliminated via 2 submissions and not giving up is amazing. Like, I thought all 6 women just freaking killed it in here.
I mean, there really was no weak link in this match. I would have said Natalya would have been the weakest link, but some might have said Nikki Cross was, but I thought they all were pretty equal in this match.
I mean, the fact that you had to, like, have Raquel murder fucking Nikki Cross by blasting her through the pod is fucking crazy enough. Like, Nikki is that fucking crazy to take that shit. Because it literally looked like she slammed her head into the fucking pod, like the corner of the pod. I was like, holy shit, Nikki. Damn.
It's always weird. Like, sometimes I feel like somebody's going to get stuck. Like, you know how they always got to shove their head into the chains and then, like, their head will go through one of the holes. And I'm like, that'd have been my head through it. I ain't getting out. I don't know how they get their heads out of there.
That shit made me claustrophobic because they're shoving people's heads through those tiny fucking squares, and I'm like, oh my god, that's too fucking small for my head to fit in there. I'd be fucking panicking big time.
3 years later, it's almost the 3-year anniversary, and Liv Morgan's ass cheeks went through him in that chamber match from 3 years ago that people still show and talk about.
Yes, they do.
All right.
Yes, they do.
I don't know where I want to start with this one. This was definitely the worst match of the night, and I think we knew it was going to go to shit, but Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Are they trying to drag this to WrestleMania? Because I was figuring after this match was over, we were going to get a Bray Wyatt appearance, because if you saw on SmackDown, he wanted to challenge the winner, and some are calling we might get Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, but some people like, no, not at Mania. They might have one more match. I'm like, I really don't know what to do here. I mean, this was both of their weakest. I mean, not Bobby. Bobby actually fucking dominated this match. It made Brock look weak. Brock having to get himself disqualified because he couldn't get out of the hurt lock, so he just took the cheap way out and hit him with a low blow. And that poor fucking referee. I'm going to send my condolences to his family. Well, the Worldly Podcast will send flowers to that referee, whichever one it was. Chad Patton. He got F5. F5'd on the fucking ring canvas, and then got F5'd on announce table pieces and on the floor. So, yeah, the Worldly Podcast sends their condolences to the family of Chad Patton.
Oh, God, poor Chad Patton. Supposedly that second F5 wasn't planned either. The first one was, but the second one supposedly wasn't. That was just Brock doing them, having a moment. Like, holy shit.
He F5'd him from fucking Montreal to Suplex City, basically. But yeah, it was one of the matches. It was the finisher after finisher after finisher, except no dominator or running power slam that Bobby Lashley does. All I saw was spear after spear after spear and hurt locks. Lesnar with 2 or 3 F5s in the match to Lashley.
Yeah, I think it was 5. There was so many in this fucking match.
You're including the ones he did after, or are you talking about during the match?
I think even during the match there was a lot. If I remembered clearly, it was just after their first 2 matches, my expectations for this were incredibly low, and this was an absolute fucking letdown. I don't even care what happens here. If we get a 4th match at Mania, I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. My brother even literally goes, what was the point of Bray Wyatt coming out and challenging the winner if you were just going to have it end this fucking way, which clearly seems setting up another match? What was the fucking point at this point? I don't care if we have a 4th match anymore. I am done with this fucking feud. It's nothing is different in this. It's basically every big guy Brock Lesnar match. It's fucking finisher spam up the ass. It's literally like setting your fucking superstar in a WWE game with infinite fucking finishers, and that's all the matches. It's every fucking Brock Lesnar match because Lesnar doesn't like to work with fucking people, and it's fucking stupid. I don't give a shit about what happens with these 2 anymore. If they fucking announce a 4th match, I'm just going to go into it and go, I don't care. These 2 could fucking run head on into each other in the middle of the ring and have a double count out fucking knockout in the middle of the ring, and I don't fucking care. They could keep having matches up the wazoo. I don't give a shit anymore with these 2. I'm done with it.
I think everyone is getting tired of Lesnar again. They love Cowboy Brock, but I think they're just tired of seeing him wrestle. They just want him gone.
It's because Brock's not really, again, what is Brock Lesnar bringing in here anymore? Nothing. It's basically just, you have Brock Lesnar who's talking by himself now, and everybody loves that he comes out in a cowboy hat and he shakes hands with people, which still fucking stuns the shit out of me. Other than that, it's nothing. Every match is the same old Brock Lesnar match. Nothing is different here.
I mean, the fact that Lashley won, if we get a Lashley Bray Wyatt match at WrestleMania, I'm all in for it. Something different, but just one-on-one. I don't know. I should have saved the tweet so I can mention it, but I could not find it to save my life. Someone put. Now, everyone thought we were going to get the Hurt Business back. Now we haven't saw MVP, Shelton, Cedric, none of that shit. But
no, time we see any kind of association of that is MVP, Cedric, and Shelton in the background on Monday Night Raw talking to each other, and that's it.
I'm good if it's one-on-one. Bray and Bobby at WrestleMania. I'd like that. Don't do a fucking tag match that someone put, do the Hurt Business versus Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse. Fuck that. What's he going to do? You going to fight Uncle Howdy and the live characters? No. Hell no.
Because that'll you're basically putting yourself in a position of, do you fucking beat the fucking Wyatt Six, or do you beat the newly formed Hurt Business? Mm-hmm. That'd be terrible.
If that happens, then what's in store for Brock Lesnar? Now, maybe this is what everybody been wanting. Maybe they do go down that path. What if Brock decides to go after Gunther now?
I don't trust that match either now. I don't freaking have any interest in it, because I go into it again with really low expectations, because you only have one correct choice, and that's Gunther going over. And what are the odds that Gunther goes over in a Brock Lesnar match? Very, very low, because Brock Lesnar doesn't like to fucking work with people. And that's the freaking main issue here. I don't think he's going to go into a Gunther match and even make Gunther look good. Gunther's going to have to do his damnedest to make himself look good in a Brock Lesnar match. And what are the odds he goes over? I think really low. And that's why I'm terrified to freaking see it, because it's like you have Gunther go in there dominant as fuck with his awesome ass Intercontinental Championship reign, and then have him go in there against Brock and fucking lose to Brock Lesnar. Like, what is the fucking point? Brock Lesnar does nothing anymore. This is why Brock Lesnar doesn't need to be on television anymore.
If it happens, they're going to eventually take the title off of Gunther, because I can never see Brock go after a mid-card title ever.
Me either. If that match happens at all, Gunther drops the title before that match.
And I'd say that in respect of the IC title, because we haven't seen that title defended in 2 years at WrestleMania. Just let him drop it to somebody that'll go defend it at WrestleMania, like Santos or Ricochet or something like, or Bronson Reed or something like that.
Yes.
All right. Before we get to this next match, I think it happened before the mixed tag. The fact that WrestleMania is in LA again and they're in Hollywood. The fact that they're doing the fucking trailers where the superstars are doing the actors again. I applaud that, because I loved it when they did it in 2005. Now they're doing it again. They revealed the first one. Seth Rollins mimicking Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was so badass. And now, if you watch Joker, Batman never appeared in the movie, but they just did that as a bonus. Becky Lynch coming out as like Batman, but saying I'm the man, which made it cooler.
I love it. I love it. I love those trailers during freaking WrestleMania, and I think it's 21. I loved it. I love that whole idea of the spoofing the movies and everything. And now it's just like, let's just do it again because we're going to Hollywood. And it's like, nobody's going to complain about that. Everyone's going to laugh their ass off about it.
Okay, I don't know if you watched it all the way to the end, but they did another WrestleMania trailer after Chamber went off the air, but they did a collab. So we got a sneak peek of some future trailers they're going to share. I don't know if you saw like Bianca and Montez Ford mimicking Titanic, Brawling Brutes mimicking the 40-year-old Virgin. And now I don't know what Roman and Paul was in. I was trying to think off the top of my head, and I was watching it over and over again. And then there was another one. I have to go watch it again. They showed like clips of 4 different movies, and then they did the Joker again. But
they have the video on their YouTube channel. It shows like a trailer kind of thing for them all.
No, the ones from WrestleMania 21, they did 9 of them. I remember like Eugene did Forrest Gump with William Regal. Triple H did Braveheart, mimicking fucking Mel Gibson, and then Ric Flair with the donkey. Stacy Keibler did Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct with Jericho, Benoit, and Christian. How about a sadomasochistic activity?
I love that trailer. That one is probably one of my favorite ones.
Booker T and Eddie Guerrero did John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction. John Cena and JBL did Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson from A Few Good Men. Undertaker, one of my favorite ones. Did Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry. One of the funniest ones. Kurt Angle and Christy Hemme doing Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal from what was it? When Harry Met Sally. And then Linda McMahon, I'll have what she's having. And Linda did Rob Ryan's mother in that. Rob Ryan's mother was the woman in the scene from the actual clip.
Oh shit, that's hysterical.
Yeah, Rob Ryan directed the movie, and his mom played that part in the real movie. Taxi Driver, where all the superstars. That was everyone's favorite one. Like, you talking to me?
Yeah.
I forgot who the actor was though. For was it Bruce? No, fuck. Who's Taxi Driver? And then last they did Stone Cold Steve Austin doing Russell Crowe's Gladiator.
Yep.
My favorite one was Dirty Harry. Most funniest one was When Harry Met Sally.
I think they're all just great. They're all just funny as fuck. They're great as hell. Like,
I like the Taxi Driver one too, like pissing Big Show off.
Yeah, the fucking microphone and everything.
Yeah, or the camera cut off, and Batista just being like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you," or Carlito talking to me.
I'm the only one here.
Oh, fucking Michael Cole. Tajiri, Juanita, yo. Like Candice Michelle doing her little GoDaddy turn, and then you heard the director in the background. Can you please meet me after the shoot? No, Gene Snitsky, are you something falls in the background? That wasn't my fault. I fucking hated Snitsky, but God, some of them wasn't my fault. Clips were funny as hell.
A fucking Snitsky, man. Sometimes.
Ever since he licked Mae Young's feet, fuck that. That's why his teeth were so yellow. That's why his teeth were yellow when he came back in ECW.
Is that why his hair fell out too, I guess? He didn't shave his head, his hair fell out?
Yeah, he licked all the fungus off Mae Young's feet, and he had a sickness and caused him to lose his hair, and it wasn't cancer.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Ugh.
I remember when Triple H told him, somebody get this guy a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. God, yeah. All right, moving on. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus the Judgment Day. And, of course, Edge got the big pop. And the crowd actually sang his song, but they didn't sing it from start to finish like they did in Cardiff, Wales. And I loved how they had matching attires. And, of course, Beth Phoenix, even though she's been paying homage to fucking Luna Vachon for a while, she paid homage to Bull Nakano with the...
Oh, yep.
What's up? Tino, what the fuck is up? I liked your rant about Kai and Tai with the fucking mic and everything. That was funny as hell. Indeed. That was great. And where do we go from here? I mean, what the fuck was Finn wearing? What mask was he wearing? Or helmet or face shield?
He had like my brother said he had a Daft Punk like style helmet on, and I didn't fucking see it, but I was just like,
I like that.
They kept like showing up steps, and I was like, "Is that it? Is that it?" No, I couldn't fucking see it at all. They just kept cutting away from it too damn fast.
If it's Daft Punk related, I like it. I like Daft Punk, but I didn't know what it was at first. Shit. But no Damian Priest, but we knew why. He was getting prepared for his chamber match. Dipshit came out with Rhea and Finn, and I'm surprised. He tried to get involved, but he got chased. You know, it's funny. Every time somebody got eliminated, or even when Dominic ran to the locker room, they did the nah, 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 hey, hey chant until he came back and they booed the fuck out of him.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Fucking Dominic, listen, I can't stand the fucking kid. He's atrocious right now. The character's fucking dumb. But like watching him run away from Edge, I fucking laughed my ass off. The crowd chanting "na na na na," I laughed my ass off again. Shithead walks back out there, and I just laughed because it's just like they fucking can't stand him, and it's hysterical. Like I can't stand him either, but it's like I just laugh at everybody else because it's fucking fun.
Well, the good thing they can entertain us because that match almost went to shit with the botched 3 count after Dominic handed her the brass knucks and knocked Edge out. It's like the referee tried to do a 3 and then he just stopped and then fucking Beth knocked him off, knocked the 3 count down. That was bad.
It almost looked like that was supposed to be the end of the match. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like that was the end of the match, and then Edge just kind of kicked out, and then Beth like missed her timing, and I'm like, after everything that happened there, everything felt so sloppy a little bit. So it kind of felt like it was like improvised, like on the fly. Like they were like, oh shit, we kind of fucked that a little bit. Let's just do some random shit and see what the fuck we can do to fill out the rest of this time. And I don't know what it was. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It felt so improvised, but so fucking good.
Yeah, I got a little worried when she hit the glam slam on Rhea outside the ring. I'm like, oh, is she okay? The ring, it made that mat plap noise when she landed. I'm like, is mommy okay?
Oh my God.
Dominic's face meme. That's a new meme right there. Dominic's reaction.
It looked like it sucked to take big time. Like Rhea didn't even have a chance to cover up. Oh, like even cover her face. She just took flat right on the fucking thing. I'm like, holy shit.
But you want to make it better? They end the match using the shatter machine. I'm like, yes.
So fucking random, but I loved it. I fucking loved it.
But that'd have been some shit if Edge would have lost. I'm like, oh great, that every Canadian's gonna lose tonight. Nope, Edge was the only Canadian to win, and they get the victory, which we knew it was gonna happen. But I was okay with it. The match could have been worse, but no, it actually wasn't bad. Just that botch 3 count could have ruined everything, but they saved it. They tried to cover it, but match was okay. Match was about a 2.5 out of 5. I want to say 3 if it wasn't for that 3 count.
I think I'm gonna put it higher. I'll give it 3.5. Like, I don't know what it is. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Edge was like fucking pulling out shit that I ain't even seen him do at all. Fucking Beth looks solid. Rhea was good. Dom was
scary.
Shit. My God, like it was just like I don't know. I enjoyed it so much just by like because again, like it felt like everything after that brass knuckles kick out. It just felt like everything was like on the fly, and they just started doing stuff to fill in more time in the match, and it was just like. I don't know what it is. It felt I just really enjoyed the shit out of it. It was like 3. I give it 3.5 out of 5. Like it just again, I talked about having this kind of continue for one more match, but it seems like this is over now. It's just weird.
Maybe. I'll say maybe because eventually we're gonna get Ray and Dominic at WrestleMania, either 1-on-1 or in a tag match, because there's rumors that they want to bring Bad Bunny back to be Ray's partnered against Dominic and Damian, or if they just do it as a tag, as a 1-on-1 match, and Bad Bunny just be in his Ray's corner. But I think we're getting Finn and Edge at WrestleMania 1-on-1 if Finn does the demon character. Hell in a Cell, I'm okay with it. Or if you do something else, just Edge will probably win that match because he's fixing to retire in 6 months. He's going to have his last match in Toronto, which makes sense why SummerSlam's going to be in Detroit, and then the following after SummerSlam, Raw's in Toronto. So yeah,
there it is.
So we know where Raw's going to be after SummerSlam. It's in Toronto, and that's where Edge is going to have his final match before he officially retires. Who's he going to face? No telling. But I saw a rumor that supposedly Randy Orton's fixing to come back finally after almost a year.
Let's go.
Has it been a year? When did he leave? When did he leave with his injury? Was it in the summer or was it around WrestleMania?
I think it was in the summer.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
because they were the tag champs, and then they lost the Raw titles to the Usos. So that was in June. So we haven't seen them since June. So it's about
That's a long time.
almost 9 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Maybe that will be Edge's last match. Randy Orton. Some say John, or
Shit.
some say John Cena, or I don't know. I don't know who's going to be a last match. I'd like it to be Seth Rollins. I loved their little feud they had in 2021.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's talk. All right, now the last two matches of the night, I gave them. They were both so fucking great. I gave them the same rating. I rated both these matches 4.5. I could not. I wanted to give one 5, but if Sami would have won that match, I'd have gave it a 5. But I gave both these matches a 4.5. I said at first this was the best match, but then I said the main event was the best match of the night. But let's go. The Elimination Chamber for the United States Championship. Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, and Seth freaking Rollins. So Theory, Montez, Bronson, and Damian get put in the pods. I think Theory got booed the second loudest behind Roman. They fucking hate Theory in Canada.
They hate Theory anywhere.
I don't
It doesn't matter
Theory.
where he is. They hate him. And I fucking love it because I like Theory too. I really do. I think the guy's fucking great.
Is it just me, but does he remind me of Grayson Waller?
Easily. I'm telling you, the two of them together would be fucking amazing.
The fact that it started off with Johnny and Seth, I'm like, that's a fucking dream match.
Crowd's reaction to it was fucking great too. The whole they sang Rollins' song, but then stopped to chant for Johnny, and I was like, damn.
They were on their
that's the best chant that Johnny's gotten in a long time since his comeback, which is crazy.
The Montreal crowd was on their game last night. I got what I wanted. They were on their game. They sang his song so loud. And then they were chanting Johnny Wrestling pretty loud.
Yes.
Start off with Johnny and Seth. Then Theory comes out third. I didn't expect the champion to come out first. Then Damian comes out. But I will give it to Bronson Reed. I thought Bronson Reed actually did good in that match.
Even got a reaction from the crowd. Again, Montreal, you guys were fucking awesome. Like, fucking awesome.
And Montez came out last. I'm like, of course, they're going to save the best for last. But how amazing it was. These guys lasted over 15 minutes together without an elimination.
That's fucking awesome. Someone said this is one of the only chamber matches that was from everybody in NXT. That was in NXT at one point. And I'm like,
NXT
damn,
alone.
That's awesome. Even more.
Hell, you can even say the same for the women's if you want to count Natalya as an NXT alum, because she did compete for just a tad bit, but she didn't start her career in NXT.
That's true.
But I get it. Yeah, you get NXT born bred. Like, they started in NXT and got called up, including Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But we always said for the last 20 years, for example, guys like Rob Van Dam saying, oh, freaking Spider-Man. Well, we got a new superhero involved in the chamber. Montez Ford's fucking Batman.
Bro.
Where he climbed up and then just swung himself upside down and then just dropped like a bat. Bruh.
Some Lince Dorado shit from the tag team chamber. Like, holy shit. That was nuts. I love that shit.
He reminded me of like John Morrison when John Morrison scaled the fucking ceiling of the chamber like that, or fucking Kalisto.
Mm-hmm. Lince Dorado did it the one time too, and it was just like, dude, we need more people that can climb up on the roof and do that kind of shit. Like, holy hell.
Wasn't that Montez's first chamber match? Because I thought Michael Cole said that was his second, because the Street Profits were in a tag team one time. He performed like it was his first, but I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I know it's like I said, like I think it is it's clearly his first solo one, but I don't think he's actually been in any other chamber.
I know Johnny, Bronson, and Damien, that was their first time. Theory, that was his second back to back. And then Rollins been in numerous chambers. I think they said that was his third or fourth chamber match for Seth.
Damn.
But yeah, I don't know who the best outstanding performer was. A lot of people will say Montez, but my favorite holy shit moment, the Hurricane Rana off the top of the pod from Johnny to Seth.
Fucking nuts. I'm thinking when he popped him up in that power bomb position, I go, oh my God, you guys better catch him because that's going to suck if you don't. But Johnny fucking whips over and pulls him in out of the freaking Hurricane Rana. And I'm like, dude, that is fucking insane. Like, Johnny hit his on the pod too. Like, holy fuck. And just kept going. Holy shit.
When it happened, I'm like, where the fuck is Johnny? I didn't realize Johnny went all the way down, too. Yeah, I thought he stayed on the pod.
He hit his head on the pod coming down. Like, that had to suck like a motherfucker.
It would have sucked if that would have been Brock Lesnar. He tried to Hurricane Rana, and Brock would have just powerbombed him straight on the pad.
Oh, my God. That would suck to take that shit.
Good thing they're not using the old school chamber. He'd have had scrapes on his back and blood. He'd have probably got knocked the fuck out from the steel.
Good Lord.
That's like grating. That's like grating steel that they had in the old one. I forgot to ask this too. You realize the OG look? We always said the old school chamber looked like a dome, but the new chamber kind of looks like a house, shaped like a house.
It does. I'll give it that. But it's fucking cool, though. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I love the new look. I just kind of wish that they didn't kind of water it down with the pad, but I get why they put it in there. I don't know. Like I said, I think I like it. I agree with like what Will said during the thing. I like this new one because it gives you more room to do stuff.
It's like a hard, thin pad because I stepped in that chamber for a WrestleMania access, and I felt like I was walking on like hard floor, but it's like that hard rubber.
God, that still has to suck to take anyway.
I think what makes the new one cool is the LED lighting on the pods, and it goes with the beat of the music. Like when Seth's like it blink every time, and plus the WWE logo on the top. Like when they do the Wile E. Coyote cam when they do the drawing for the next, it's got it like in the center of the ring. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yes, it's actually really freaking a really good design, and people just give it shit because they're like, oh, well, Elimination Chamber's supposed to be death-defying. Like, I get it. Like, I agree, too. Like, you step in the Elimination Chamber, you're supposed to get the shit kicked out of you. That's why the grading was there. And, again, I kind of wish it was still there, too. But, again, I'm not angry they put the fucking padding there. Like, I get why they did it.
Plus, I like the fact they have more room to stand on top of the pod if you're going to do something crazy. Where on the old one, you had barely room to stand. You couldn't put two people on top of one pod together. You only could do one.
Yeah, that Hurricane Rana spot would have never happened in the original chamber. Hell no.
If it did, and plus about the whole padding grading issue, if that would have happened, if Rollins would have looked like CM Punk in 2011 when he had the little scrape cut, like the stripe cut.
Fuck that.
That was on his leg too. Like it went from the back of his leg to almost his ass. Yeah, when it happened that year. Fuck. Well, I didn't expect Bronson to get eliminated first. I said Damien was going to get eliminated first, but Bronson gets from everybody's finishers. But I will. The only thing I'm mad about, Montez Ford did not give us a frog splash off the top of the pod.
I was waiting for it, but fucking hey.
He gets pinned by Montez though, but yeah, he got pinned by Montez. But that another holy shit moment. It looked like Johnny was trying to Hurricane Rana him, and he landed like on his fucking head, like he sold the Hurricane. It was like a drop kick to a Hurricane Rana, and and the way Bronson's feet looked like he was doing a handstand.
Oh my God. Couldn't even tell you how many fucking suckets Montez was throwing in that damn chamber. Everybody got a sucket.
An honorary DX member. right there.
He was so aggressive with the ball too. He's just like, everybody gets a suck it tonight. I'm like, damn.
Send Montez Ford through the mist of time and let him come out with the DX Army and see how he would act.
Oh my god. Fucking great.
Yeah. He did it so fast like X-Pac. 1998 X-Pac versus Montez Ford would be a kick-ass match.
Yes. I mean, hell, you want to give me it nowadays, you can, because X-Pac can still go. So let's do it.
So then Johnny gets eliminated by Damian Priest, which a lot of people were not happy about that. Then Damian gets eliminated by Montez. And we're down to 3, and I'm thinking, okay, so it's either going to come down to Seth and Montez, or it's going to come down to Theory and Montez. Well, Montez Ford gets eliminated, but he got curb stomp on the pad. But again, I said, could you imagine if that was the fucking grating he did that on? They made it look like he had he looked like he had a concussion. And that's when I started questioning myself. It's coming. The door's wide open. They're getting EMTs there to tend on Montez. And what the fuck happens? Here comes Logan Paul. Logan Paul fucking... I don't remember what he did to Rollins first, but he topped it off with a curb stomp.
He hit him with a buckshot. He hit him with a buckshot lariat as Rollins was in the corner prepping for the stomp. He did the buckshot, took freaking Rollins down. As soon as he did, he turned back around and hit him with the stomp. And I'm like, dude, he's a fucking walking piece of shit. But I laugh my ass off at it because I'm just watching him going, how's that, Seth? Huh? And I'm like, that's fucking hysterical. Like, you're
gonna talk bad about me? I'm like, you might as well get Santa's fucking naughty nice list ready because there's millions of other people talking shit about you. He's not the only one, man. I talk shit about you. You might as get the Jericho sound effect. You just made the list. You talk shit about him. You just made the list. Dylan and Jordan talk about him too. They just made the list. The UW pod talks shit about him, and they all made the list.
I think he's a piece of shit too. I think he's a shitty ass human being. But again, I fucking give him praise for his wrestling every time.
I agree. He's a piece of shit, but he can work in the ring. But I think his brother's a bigger piece of shit than him.
God, fuck his brother. Fuck his brother.
I hope Tyson Fury's brother knocks the fuck out of him when they fight in May.
He's fighting Tyson Fury's brother? God, I hope he gets knocked the fuck out too now.
I hope somebody bootlegs it in case they try to rig the fight because I want to see if he does get knocked out. But, I mean, Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, I'd rather have that than the Paul brothers challenge the Usos like someone threw in on Twitter a few months ago during War Games.
Who put that out there? Who put that bad juju out there?
I don't know. I wish I'd have screenshotted it because I talked about it on Queen's Takeover, and the Jester fucking ranted about that shit. Said, "Don't you fucking do it."
Whoever the hell freaking put that out there, slap yourself.
Eat a dick. Yeah, I was gonna say eat a dick. But yeah, Theory wins with the A-Town down, whatever he calls his finisher, and Theory retains. So I'm like, so great. Theory's probably going to defend his title against John Cena at WrestleMania. But then he had a press conference saying, I'm issuing an open challenge. Well, now Edge is challenging Theory on Raw. Edge is really going to... I don't see Edge winning the title.
Unless he does.
I mean...
fucking backshit. Because we've talked about it, saying that does Cena and Theory really need the United States title involved? No, not really. But, like, what the fuck are you doing giving Edge the United States title then? That's the freaking thing. Again, this is one of those things, just like the main event, that kind of, when we get to it, is going to leaves a lot of questions.
Supposedly that's what I saw on Twitter, that Edge accepted the challenge, and it's supposed to be Edge in Theory on Raw. And somebody's like, well, of course, where Raw's going to... So, I doubt Raw's in Toronto Monday night. If it's in Toronto, I can understand that, but... I don't think Raw's in Toronto. And if they do fight, I see Theory retaining. I could see him losing to like Montez or Johnny Gargano on an episode of Raw before Mania.
The only thing I can think of is that we get this whole thinking this
Raw's in
Edge.
Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, which is not far from Toronto. So they are still in Canada. That does, yeah. So Edge, yeah, then Edge is fighting him because it's in Canada.
Yeah, I basically can see it being a whole thing where they're trying to play off the whole we think this Judgment Day Edge thing is over. But I think we're gonna, like you said, maybe we are gonna get one more, which I talked about too, and I kind of hope we do, just to get one more and then actually wrap this shit up because enough is enough. But if you can get one more epic match out of it like this, and we can get a Judgment Day freaking Demon Balor against Edge, I'm all for it. Let's do the damn thing here.
So yeah, if they're having this match on Raw, I don't see Edge winning, but I do see Theory dropping it before Mania if he goes into a feud with Cena. But I don't know. Do I want him to drop it to Montez Ford or do I want him to drop it to Johnny Gargano?
Either one, really.
Or fuck Bronson Reed too. I'll throw him in there too.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you given Bronson Reed the championship, just give him a run with it. See what he can do.
Bronson Reed is like a fucking human wrecking ball, and I'm gonna say this: put the fucking WWE title on him in the near future.
Yes. Keep building him up more though, so the fucking crowd will actually react to him. For God's sake.
Wasn't he? Wait, we were talking about that. Who did he fucking pin in New Japan?
Kazuchika Okada.
He pinned the current champ. He pinned the current champ.
Yes, that's huge.
Yes, very huge. All right, main event time. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. How obvious was it Roman come out first? I'm like, yes, get Roman out first. Let the boos fall in. And they didn't even waste time. They already had – you found it Roman's entrance wasn't as long. He cut it to like 3 minutes.
Bro, that crowd ate him alive. And I mean that. They ate him alive.
Before he stepped into the ring, I heard the "fuck you Roman" chant start.
Dude,
while his theme was playing,
they were chanting it during the fucking pre-show. For Christ's sake, they were ready to keep doing it. Yes, they were. I put the pre-show on, and as the panel's sitting there talking, I just hear them start chanting "fuck you Roman," and I'm like, bro, they are not going to stop. They're going to eat him alive. In this whole night, they did.
All I heard during the pre-show was the "ole, ole, ole, ole" chant. Now, when the show, why are they not doing pyro again? Like when the show started, no pyro, and then I can hear the "We Want Sammy" chants right when the camera cuts to the crowd, and when they show Michael and Corey at the table, I'm hearing a "We Want Sammy" chant. I'm like, I know they're not starting the match. Wait. What didn't make no sense, the Chamber was down during the whole kickoff show, but when the show started, they lifted it back up and then they dropped it back down. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I thought the same thing.
They thought they were going to kick it. I said, there's no way they're kicking it off with Roman and Sammy. They're closing out. I said, unless Brock or Bobby would kick off, I could believe that, or the mixed tag would kick off, but I was like, no, they got to kick it off with the Chamber match. And yeah, I'm like, why did they bring it back down in the first place? Were they teasing the Montreal crowd? They don't want no teases. They've been through enough shit the last 25 years with the fucking 3 Montreal screw jobs y'all gave them and shit. But, they were loud. They were so loud when he came out. They should have replayed the Montreal video package before he came out, but they didn't. I was like, that's a thumbs down right there.
They still should have just saved his reveal for his music being last night. They should have just saved it for last night.
Yeah.
They should have put it down.
You had one job, Hunter, and you fucked that up, but I'll let it slide.
I'm not going to lie. Triple H has been kind of fucking up in a lot of things right now. Like, how good there, Hunter.
At least their press conferences are not traumatic and shit like AEW's.
Yeah. Seriously, not going to take this fucking shit.
I don't even know who all talked. I just heard Theory talk and Sami talk, and that was it.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so
I didn't even know if Brock talked or anything, or even Lashley.
probably didn't. Brock probably fucking as soon as he lost, got on the plane,
Went back to North Dakota or Saskatchewan.
yeah, fucked his wife, thought about Bobby Lashley, called it a night.
And I didn't like the fact, like, as soon as the bell rang, it took like 6 minutes before they actually started attacking each other. They just kept walking back and forth, let the crowd do their multiple chants from the Olay or fuck him up, Sami, or fuck you, Roman. And then Sami's wife was at ringside. His dad was at ringside. He has He has like 2 or 3 brothers. They were at ringside. But everyone, I knew it was going to turn into a fucking gif. The Roman blowing a kiss to Sami Zayn.
What the hell, man? He gave no shits. The crowd ate it, like was just trying to fucking swallow him whole, and they were just like, he was just like, "Yep, it's cool. We just blow a kiss to this man." Like,
oh, I don't know what was my favorite, that or when he caught the mic from Brock and winked at him at SummerSlam.
No, I like that mic fucking catch. That is so abrupt.
Like, don't move. Like, caught it. Like, he didn't have to shift to catch it. He just stood, not moved, and winked, and that was it. And you saw how he was imitating Sami's wife. Like, while he was getting introduced, he was like sneaking up with her, flashing the titles. I'm like, God damn, Roman.
He was an asshole.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die in Montreal.
Bro, him talking to her during the match.
Like, I was providing for you and him, and this is how you repay me. He don't care about you or your future. Like, he just at least he didn't physically harm her. Like, I'm waiting for her to slap the piss out of him, but she didn't even touch him at all.
I waited for it too. I thought when they both went out to the floor, I thought Sami was going to turn around, hold his arms, and let her slap him, and he would even be down for it. But no, it didn't fucking happen. I was like, shit.
Okay, I don't know what happened before the big moment, but I don't know if he like ran Roman into a ring post or a barricade, and then he went and kissed his wife, and the whole crowd went fucking apeshit because he kissed his wife.
Yeah. I try to remember what the fuck it was. I know all I know is he took down Roman. I think Roman went for the spear and he hit the ring post. And then Sami just took him down quick. I think it was after the turn, like the exploder in the corner. And then he like ran out and was just like, gave her a kiss and ran back in, and I'm like, yeah, Sami, let's go.
I don't know. The fact that Roman went to spear him through the barricade and he moved and just ran him through the barricade, that was holy shit moment.
We were both over here just going, Sami, you better be prepared for this. You better know to fucking sidestep this. And he just went, and Roman went, and I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go.
It gave me WrestleMania 25 vibes with Undertaker and Shawn, because there were 9 fucking near falls like this close with spears, haluva kicks, blue thunder bombs, Superman punches. Holy crap. All the near falls that close. And then there were times like Sami's about to fucking do it, and then Roman just kicked out of nowhere. And I'm like, I'm trying to catch my breath. Like, I'm on the edge. I'm like, I fucking love this match right here. God, this was so good. But then the ref gets knocked out. I'm like, oh shit. Here comes the bullshit. Here comes the Montreal screw job, part 4. No, Jimmy Uso come out first. Sami takes care of him. And then the steel chair gets involved. But then here comes Jey Uso. And I'm like, oh shit. It's like I had the image in my head again from the Rumble, the way Roman held the chair to Jey like he did to Sami. And I'm like, Jay's going to fucking hit Roman. Jay's going to fucking hit Roman. No. It wasn't until he like slapped him in the face and shoved his face like he did to Sami. I said, he's about to fucking turn on him. And Jey looked like, then no, none of that. Sami goes for a haluva kick and he kicks Jey Uso out of the ring. And then when he turns around, he gets hit with a spear, and then the ref finally gets in the ring. 1, 2, 3. The crowd's like stunned. And then Jey gets... Now, where was Solo? Where the fuck was Solo Sikoa? That's another strike right there. I didn't get to see my man Solo.
I didn't get it either. I'm like, you could bring the other 2 Usos here but you can't bring Solo.
Where's the reincarnation of Umaga at? Where is Solo Sikoa? And
Yes.
they're beating him up. Then you finally hear Kevin Owens' theme. I'm like, that's strike 2. Where the fuck has Kevin Owens been all night? He didn't get in. He didn't get involved until after.
So I expected him to come in after the match like this. This is what I was expecting the whole beatdown, and then Kevin Owens comes out to make the save. We were going to get the two, Canadian boys in the middle of the ring fucking hug it out and make up.
So, okay. He stuns Roman. Like I said, you could have did that in the match, and that could have been a big pop, even if he kicked out of the stunner. Stuns Roman. Then stuns Jimmy Uso. And Paul Heyman. Fucking pussy ass. Now, he's gonna. I'm calling it now. I retweeted this. I'm calling it now. Roman is going to give him a mouthful because did you hear what he told KO before he stunned him? He's like, I don't care about him. I care about you. He told that to KO before he stunned him.
What?
He said something like that because he was trying to avoid the stunner. Like he pointed at Roman. When he pointed at Roman, he was like, I don't care about him. I care about you. And then KO wasn't buying it. So he hit him with a stunner. Roman's going to tell him something about that. I can see it now. And then it ended with KO and Sami in the ring together after he hula kicked Roman one more time. And I'm like, so where do we go from here? I guess now this is the start of them taking on the Usos for the tag titles because Jay's going to attack Sami for hitting him with the hula kick.
See, I have so much things here about it. Because to me, I feel like this leaves a lot of questions here. First off, why are we taking so long to just to do the obvious here and point out that Jey Uso is going to still be aligned with the bloodline? Mm-hmm. No fucking point as to why he didn't just do it tonight. The whole thing of now, here's the big freaking kind of big problem here. You have now people going around saying that Sami Zayn got screwed out of winning the championship. People are way behind Sami Zayn right now. This completely makes, in my honest opinion, puts a lot of people in position to not root for Cody.
Yeah.
Now it feels like you have to have the triple threat match. So unless this is still going and you're somehow going to get a triple threat match, you'd have to have Adam Pearce fucking admit straight up that I'm tired of this nonsense. These titles need to go back to their right specific brands and make the triple threat where each fall is for a title. What the fuck are we doing here is the main question here. There's so many questions with this whole thing because right now you're putting the opportunity when you had Cody come out on Raw and back Sami, that protected Cody big time. But it also freaking was beneficial for Sami Zayn. But now you got people wanting Sami Zayn still because, as they were putting it, he got screwed. What the fuck are we going to do here now? It leaves so many questions because it's now what if that happens and we get a triple threat match? What's Kevin Owens going to do? What kind of involvement does Kevin Owens have for WrestleMania? Who's going to face the Usos for the tag team titles if fucking Sami Zayn gets interjected into a triple threat match? There's so many questions here that are left unanswered here. And one really obvious thing with Jey Uso that makes no sense as to why you're dragging it the fuck out.
So 3 to 6 months ago, everyone has been wanting Cody to come back and take the titles from Roman. Now they don't want it anymore because the Rumble match was so predictive. They were pissed that he came out at 30 instead of in the middle. Now they're like, they changed their mind. Now that this bloodline story has been so fucking amazing, now they want Sami to be like the Daniel Bryan of 2014. Now they want him to win the title. So what's the fucking purpose of Cody doing all the workout videos and the storytelling, the storybook he's writing? It would make sense if he would lose at WrestleMania. So I don't want a triple threat because I do want Cody to finish the story, but I fucking want Sami to be champion too. So either if Sami and KO don't challenge the Usos for the tag titles, I just quoted a tweet from Fox, WWE on Fox on Twitter. It's a picture of Sami and it says, "What's next for Sami?" I quoted and said, either win the tag titles or split the fucking belts and let him face Roman again just for the Universal title, night 1, and let Cody face him night 2, and then Roman loses both titles and he can go to Hollywood and film his movie and be gone for a while.
Like I said, this right here is I feel like if you did the triple threat with one fall for each title, I feel like you have a better option of ending the night with everybody happy. That's Roman losing the titles. That's the titles split up. That's Cody as champion. That's Sami as champion. That's your best bet right now. Like, if there's any freaking a bit of fan that still wants Cody to win the championship, having that be your way to do it makes everybody happy. If you're just doing it because, like, if you were so invested in Cody going into this match with Mania, and then all of a sudden you got Sami Zayn there, and now everyone's just like, fucking Cody's why should we give a shit about Cody? We want Sami. Think about it. You technically get your cake and eat it too if you freaking split up these titles and each one of them gets a title at this point. You get your cake and eat it too. You get two people that you wanted as champion. But it's like right now we're in a position where if you're just ending this feud here and moving Sami and Kevin Owens onto the tag team titles, first off, this whole thing makes no fucking sense as to why it's taking this long to just admit that fucking Jey Uso is still aligned with his damn blood. It doesn't make fucking sense why you would drag this out. Nothing. Why? So SmackDown has this big moment where Jey Uso finally goes, "I made my decision. Fuck Sami Zayn." Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
He's going to turn back. He's going to turn on Sami. I just thought he was going to do it that night. He's going to probably do it. Because you got 6 weeks until WrestleMania. I'll give him 2 to 3 weeks for him to turn on Sami so they can either get this tag title feud going, or if they decide to split the titles and then he can go after the Universal title and the Usos they'll put him in a fucking 4-way with 3 other tag teams or some shit like they do every fucking year with the tag titles.
And my thing is, I've also got a lot of worry too, because I got somebody else who's not in our group chat, but somebody that I talk to a lot, and he told me that Roman is advertised for the May pay-per-view after WrestleMania.
Backlash?
Yes. So that makes me wonder, does Cody even win the title if you're going to have Cody fucking face Roman? Like, that makes it even worse. Like, I feel like WWE's putting themselves in a corner here. Like, everyone wanted Cody. Now you want Sami, but it's like you can get both and everybody would be fucking happy. But it's like, is WWE going to do it? Do they fucking take the chance here and go, yes, we're going to capitalize on Sami and capitalize on Cody and get everything back to fucking normal? Or are you just going to freaking do it where the crowd's going to shit all over Cody and fucking Roman because they want Sami, and Sami's going to have this whole story told and get this fucking lackluster fucking ending where it's like, oh, I pinned Jimmy and Jay, won the tag titles with my best friend. Like,
I don't know yet. I feel like WrestleMania is going to probably end in a shitty way. The show can be good, but it's going to end. Like I said, they know how to put good pay-per-views on now. They just don't know how to end them to make us happy. Because supposedly they said the Rumble was one of the worst endings ever. No, the ending. Sammy turn on Roman was fucking great. It was just the Jey Uso part just sounded confusing.
That's been the whole wrench in this entire story. Is this like you had Jay pretty much just, hey, Sammy stuck his neck out for us, and we treated him like family, and he felt like fucking family, and then he just walks away when Sammy says fuck this shit, and it's like, why are you conflicted? At this point, literally, you are legit. He turned his back on your family. Why are you not fucking pissed? Why is it taking this long? Why are you twiddling your thumbs going, but I treated him like a brother. He's my brother.
He's my friend.
Right? Yeah. Like, come the fuck on. It's family over freaking everything else, for God's sake, in the bloodline. Why are you not fucking standing by that? It doesn't make sense to me.
Overall, I give the show about a 4 out of 5.
Yes, I agree with that. I had it as a 4.5 out of 5 or a 9.5 out of 10 if you wanted to go on a 10 scale. But I feel like I got to drop it because, first, like I said, Brock and Lashley, to me, absolute dud. And just so many unanswered things after the main event. Just, as again, main event is fucking epic. I loved it.
I thought
so many just duds after that. Like, I got to drop it down to a 9.
Rumble was also good. Some people said the Rumble sucked. I enjoyed the Rumble, especially because I was there. I also gave the Rumble a 4 out of 5, but I thought Chamber was way better than the Rumble. But the Rumble wasn't bad.
Yes.
Sammy and Roman could be nominated for Match of the Year.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. I'm not going to stay too long talking New Japan, but I have a bone to pick with fucking Fight TV. Supposedly, this ain't the first time this happened, but the pre-show, they were 2 matches on the pre-show. I was going to watch them. Alex Coughlin and J.R. Kratos and David Finlay and Bobby Fish. There was no audio for the match, for the pre-show. Because the pre-show started right around the time the men's chamber was going on. So I pulled my laptop to my recliner. I put it on my TV tray. Next thing you know, I hear no sound, and I'm like, is it on mute? So I tap it. Nope, it's not on mute. I pop it on my phone on app. No sound. I get up and come right here to this PC you're seeing me on. No audio. So I go on Twitter. I look, of course, 2 of the top trends, Fight TV and hashtag BITV or NJBITV were trending. I click on them. The entire world was bitching about the audio, that there's no audio for the pre-show. But Alex Coughlin beat J.R. Kratos and David Finlay beat Bobby Fish.
I saw that. Now, which just, again, I didn't get to see the pre-show, which I thought the freaking website that I had it on, spoiler alert.
We had a friend. One of our buddies from the UW pod went to this show. Was it your tag team partner?
Yes, it was Justin
Santos was in San Jose last night. Yeah, Chicago boy in San Jose. So I was retweeting some of his shit on Twitter, being over there at Battle in the Valley. But when the show started, like, the screen looked like if someone punches the TV and it's got the color vibe minus the crack on the screen. It looked like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was like that for 5 whole minutes. And then in the middle of the main event, it finally popped up, but then I'm thinking, how much did I miss? No, like, it showed the 8-man tag. Like, it just showed Josh Alexander coming out. And I look at the time, I said, it's been over 30 minutes. And I look, this is the first match on the card. I'm like, did they really delay the fucking show because it didn't work on Fight TV? Are you fucking serious right now?
Yep. Seemed like it, because like I said, New Japan tweeted out that they were like, sorry for the technical delay and everything. Be back in like 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm like, holy shit.
That's
Fight
not
TV.
good.
Fight TV. Listen, I think Fight TV should honestly be the network for everything combat sport, like MMA and boxing and pro wrestling. Like, every pro wrestling thing should be on Fight TV and all this shit like that. but like I have seen more issues with Fight TV from people than anything. I've seen streams crash. I've seen freaking people where it'll start buffering and then just not work at all. It'll just sit buffering. This freaking nonsense of like audio issues and shit. Like, guys, update your fucking shit. It's not that hard to do. Come on.
I'm about to subscribe to whatever Bakley them have for New Japan because they don't have that. Whatever New Japan got, I'm about to subscribe to that. Just like I subscribe to Honor Club. I have the Ring of Honor app now. I can watch whenever they start their tapings on Thursdays. I think it's not this coming Thursday, but next. It's the week of fucking Revolution. They're going to start doing tapings in Orlando at Universal Studios. I don't know what time yet, but I'll be tuning in every Thursday so I can start watching Ring of Honor because I am going to support it, even though Tony Khan fucking runs it. I mean, Tony Khan's just a fanboy to me. So, shockingly, the team with the world champion loses. Kushida, Volador Jr., Kevin Knight, and the DKC defeated Mascaro Dorada, Josh Alexander, Adrian Quest, and Rocky Romero.
Very surprised. I get why. I get why they did it, though.
And then, I don't know who got into a fight. The winning team, two guys got into it with each other. I think it was Kevin Knight and fucking, that wasn't Kushida. I think it was Kevin Knight and fucking DKC got into it.
Did they? I didn't even see that shit.
Well, there were two guys on a team that got at it, like shoved each other and shit. It was the winning team. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this now?
That's strange.
I will say this. I'm questioning something here, but I will say that match with Kenta and Fred Rosser was very fucking good for the Strong Openweight Championship. But what was the point with Juice Robinson coming out and whacking Fred Rosser with a fucking bag of coins?
Bullet Club sticks together. That's all it is.
I was waiting for Kushida to tap out, and I'm like, I could have picked Kushida to win. I was gonna pick Kenta to win this match, and I listened to Tim King. I'm like, I'm picking Fred Rosser to retain, and what happens? He loses the title. I only lost 3 matches. I went 7-3 on this pay-per-view.
Like I said, I went 5-5, straight up the middle. Like, I'll take it.
Motor City Machine Guns versus West Coast Wrecking Crew. I barely watched this match because I went shower and everything, and I usually don't skip a Motor City Machine Gun match. But I was just ready to take a shower. I didn't know what was going to happen next. When I looked at the Wikipedia card, I was like, if they're doing it in this order, I might as well just run and take a shower because I thought it was going to be a squash match because I don't know who West Coast Wrecking Crew really is except Royce Isaacs. I don't really know much of Jerome Nelson, but they said it was a decent tag match, and I forgot they're double champs. Motor City Machine Guns also have the Impact tag titles, so that Multiverse to Madness show coming WrestleMania weekend could be a sign they might defend both them titles or two.
Hey, sounds dope to me. Like, I thought the tag match was good for overall. Like, very short for what I thought it was. 9 minutes, like just a little over 9 minutes. Like, it felt a little longer than 9 minutes. That's for sure.
Also, in the 8-man tag, Alex Marvez kept giving a rumor saying that supposedly we're getting Josh Alexander versus Kushida at that Multiverse show.
Yes, that's what
for the Impact World title. Oh, that would be a good thing. But when it's WrestleMania weekend, no, I'm watching Supercard on Friday night, and then Saturday I'm watching NXT Stand and Deliver in WrestleMania Night 1. I'm not watching nothing else. I'm not watching for the culture. I'm not watching no GCW shit. I'm not watching any other indie show they got because I have IWTV. I just I don't watch shit unless if it's like somebody we've interviewed and I can find that show, I'll watch it. But other than that, no. I'm not watching this Multiverse show. I'm not even watching Impact, and I said I was going to try. Nope, Thursday nights, this is going to be Ring of Honor night for me.
There you go. Hot damn.
It's just too much. I don't know how you guys do it. I would have to spend a whole 7 days watching wrestling. Mondays is Raw. Tuesdays is NXT. Wednesday is Dynamite. Thursday would be Impact and Ring of Honor. Friday, SmackDown and Rampage, and possibly New Japan if I want to stay up at midnight. Saturday's MLW. Sunday, if it's not a fucking pay-per-view, or Saturdays or pay-per-view nights, there's some fucking shit. Oh, wow. Wow's on Sundays. That's 7 fucking days of wrestling. I need a day.
That's too much. Like, that's way too much.
I don't know
Like,
how y'all do it.
I don't. I just watch Raw. I just watch Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, and that's about it. Like, I don't. I wish I could get into Impact. I've tried. It's like occasionally. Like I said, I keep up with it as much as I can, but it's just like I'm trying my damnedest to get into it because I've had moments where I'll see
I'll
the
watch
stuff.
the pay-per-views. I'll watch the pay-per-views.
I will too. That's what I'm saying. I love. Usually their pay-per-views are fucking good.
Hard to
It's
Kill
like-
was fucking. I thought it was good. Hard to Kill was good.
Right?
Makes me want to watch it on TuneIn, but I don't. It's like I need a day. Thursday nights, I'm usually doing podcast. I'm doing live streams or recording. It's like I need a day to fucking watch regular TV or play video games or spend time with my fucking son and my girlfriend. I can't do any of that shit because I'm watching wrestling 24/7 if I ain't at work.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't do that. I can't surround myself with that kind of like that much. I just would go with the weekly shows, and that's about where I leave it. Like,
Does your brother watch all that shit, or he only watches what you watch?
no, me and him, we both just basically watch WWE, AEW. That's it. I keep track of, like I said, I keep track of Impact as much as I can. I keep track of New Japan. Like, I wish I could get to constantly watching them again, but I can't because it's like they come on too early. I get to work, and then by the time I come home from work, I got no urge to want to sit down and watch this fucking show.
There's a channel like I have on DirecTV, like for 1 hour they'll play like a replay of last week or 2 weeks ago, and then at 2 a.m. they play like a live version of whatever they playing of. Could be New Japan Strong or something. I don't know. It's like at 2 a.m. on Saturday, and I'm like, no, I'm going to fucking sleep.
Yeah, no, it's too early for that.
If Impact was still the way like it was like between 2006 to 2010, I would tune in every week, like I did on when it was Spike TV TNA Impact. I would watch it every week.
I did too. We're like fucking religiously. I would watch that shit, but it's like
Impact. I was watching it every week, but I didn't watch the pay-per-views.
Impact had their whole thing where everything when they were on Spike, that was the easiest to watch, and I didn't mind adding it like to my weekly shit because I was probably the only one watching it at the time. But like when they started changing channels, like when they were like Destination America and all these other fucking places,
Yeah,
I was
the fucking owl.
Yeah, I was like, I can't keep up with all that shit. I don't even have those fucking channels to try to find that. And then by the time I did, they were starting to dip in fucking quality, and I'm just like, I can't get into this anymore.
Well,
Just can't do it.
They're on Access TV now. They've been on Access TV for like the last 3 or 4 years, so they at least they got a permanent network right now. Now, did you watch Lucha Underground? I have the El Rey network. It was so weird. I felt like I was watching a soap opera that had live wrestling matches, but yeah, with the cinema cameras. But that shit is gone. Yeah, that shit's done. I wish they'd have kept going. The Temple.
But just think, then you got people who watch like NWA, which is on YouTube, which I don't get how.
Yeah, I don't.
NWA right now with Tyrus as your world champion.
Oh no, I'm not watching it again until they take the title off of him. And it sucks because we had 2 women that came on our show before they blew up in NWA, and Maddie Rinkowski and Missa Kate. And I want to watch them 2 so bad, but I refuse to watch NWA because you put the fucking title on Tyrus, who
fantastic women's champion and fucking Camille, but they'd rather strap their world title on fucking Tyrus.
I'd rather Matt Cardona than fucking Tyrus, and I don't like Matt Cardona really.
Yes, and I sat through fucking Matt Cardona's GCW world title run, and it was fucking great.
When I watched Crockett Cup last year, I saw Tyrus defend the TV title against Rodney Mack. That match was fucking terrible, and it's not Rodney Mack's fault. It was fucking Tyrus's fault.
Yeah. Fucking Rodney Mack wrestling still is fucking mind-blowing.
He's from our back, but he lives in San Antonio. Him and Jazz moved to San Antonio. They have their own school there, but no, he's from our backyard.
Well, shouts to him for still chugging along here.
All right, so the next 5 matches. This one now got everyone questioning. Eddie Kingston defeated Jay White Is Jay White really going to leave New Japan, or is he and go to WWE, or is this just a work? Because after we were going to get a farewell speech and David Finlay attacks him.
See, this is the thing. That is the big wrench in the whole. I think that was basically signaling that David Finlay is going to probably end up joining Bullet Club. I could see it happen.
I'm all in for it. I love David Finlay.
I think he's great too. And I could see him doing it. I think he's going to end up joining Bullet Club, and Jay's going to go off and do whatever at this point. Again, I don't know. I can't specifically put my finger on where he's going to end up. But as I said, no matter where Jay White ends up, I'm going to mark out because fucking Jay White's incredible.
Now, Tom Lawler versus Homicide. A Filthy Rules fight is where they take the ring ropes off, which is kind of weird, but it was a Will called it on our prediction show from Botchbot. Will Gray from Botchbot Stretch Out said it was going to be a bloody. It wasn't bloody, but it was going to be a brutal fight, and it was brutal. I just couldn't believe Tom Lawler actually won. And dude, can you just drop the fucking gloves, please?
Yes, I agree with that.
That's the stupidest. You're not a boxer. You're not a prize fighter. You're a fucking wrestler. You got on boxing gloves.
He's so good though. Like holy shit.
I'll tell you who's good, but I wanted him to lose. Zack fucking Sabre Jr. That match with Clark Connors was actually good. Just the fact that it was a 15-minute time limit. I said they're going to rush this match, but it was a 14-minute, 6-second match, but I'll give it to Clark Connors. I was being biased because, we had him on our show a couple weeks ago. He was great. We loved talking to him. It was Dylan's favorite interview of the year so far. He did great, but it's just as soon as he put him in that fucking arm lock, he immediately tapped out. But I'll give it to Clark Connors. He did fucking fantastic. And hopefully one day he will win a championship, maybe even win the G1, but don't win that fucking title. That belt is so fucking ugly as shit. What is up with New Japan and their fucking titles?
They think it looks good. Like, we can't question it. They think it looks good and we don't. That's all it is. But I got to give it to Clark Connors. Like, holy shit. The chain wrestling with ZSJ was fucking awesome. Like, that ending sequence that led to that armbar. First off, that armbar looked fucking disgusting. Just the way he pulled his arm back. I was like, fuck that. That is not something I would want to be on the end of. But Clark fucking chain wrestling ZSJ and literally coming this close to winning the fucking title. It was so fucking good. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I didn't want to be in his position the way he turned his foot.
Oh, hell no. I wouldn't want to be on the end of any of Zack Sabre Jr.'s fucking submissions because that dude fucking disgusts me the way he turns fucking limbs in fucking the way he does it. It just makes me sick because I would never want to be on the fucking end of that shit.
Now, I've always said Zack is great. Like when I watched him in the Cruiserweight Classic, I really liked him. But can we please, we didn't get to fucking get it last year. Can we get a Zack Sabre Jr. Bryan Danielson match?
We need another Forbidden Door show.
Yes.
We need it.
All right, let's talk about the match that was more predictable than Cody winning the Royal Rumble. We get Mercedes Moné versus Kyrie for the IWGP. I was going to say for the Crown Royal Women's Championship. That belt, that crown. Shout out to Mercedes paying homage to Hana Kimura. That was beautiful.
Fucking incredible. I loved it.
I loved it too. And even Kyrie looking good. Blue never looks so good on a female wrestler like on Kyrie.
Yeah, she is freaking incredible.
That was definitely the match of the night. But
yes,
what scared me was that power bomb on the table from the outside. It scared the fuck out of me. So Mercedes took that like a champ.
Bro, that was on fucking hard floor, and that shit looked like it sucked.
What about the Bailey to belly? Yes.
Dude, I popped like a motherfucker. That was pretty cool.
She was there.
Yeah.
She was there. And she was right there where when Kyrie walked out in the corner, that was her right there filming her. She had on like and there's a picture on, I just retweeted it not long ago. She was hugging Mercedes backstage and she had on a money fucking bodysuit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked like
She was
tights.
there.
Looked like
She
yoga
was
shit
there.
she was wearing. Yeah, Bailey was there in her
Naomi
hometown.
was there. Naomi was there. Who was there? Tamina was there.
Your tag team partner was there.
Mm-hmm.
He had great seats, but he was sitting up in the top. But that building's not very big. It's a small, like, little theater place. I think the capacity is like 1,100 people. But he had a fucking great shot. I would love to. I love sitting in shit like that. Like, we ain't got to really be in an NBA arena all the time. As long as the building ain't falling apart, I'm fine. I mean, that building's old as shit, but I like balcony views like that. Like, if I were in the Hammerstein Ballroom for ECW One Night Stand, I'd rather sit in those little top areas like they reserve for the Raw and SmackDown guys. That's fucking great view. I'd rather that than be on the floor.
That would be fucking cool.
Drinking a fucking beer like Eric Bischoff and them did.
Yes.
But yes, that was a great match. Mercedes, it was very predictable she was going to win, but I thought at times she wasn't. Kyrie was going to pull it off, but then they hugged and everything after, and then and what's up with guy? Does she have two themes now? I mean, Mercedes, that theme she had when she came out, and then she had like another theme playing. They kept changing it. They did this. They did the same thing with Okada.
No, that's part of her theme song. At one point, like the one is like the champion retains or fucking thing where it cuts off, but Mercedes has like this theme, like when it drags out long enough, it's like it doesn't just have the first part that we know with the money part. It's just got the whole, and then all of a sudden it does like a breakdown to it, and it's weird. I'm like, it should just been the whole part where it's just everyone dances along, says money with it, and that's about it.
And then I'm about to compare announcers like if that. What I love these two. Like if that was WWE, it would have been Kairi Sane versus Sasha Banks. Like that'd have been any other. The female commentator everybody loves right now. Like she'd be like from Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sasha, and then you have the Japanese wrestler Loti Dosa Vitosa. There's money Mercedes Dosa.
I love that shit. I love New Japan's ring announcer. He is awesome.
It's like he was trying to strain while taking a shit. Like he's just sitting there and he's waiting for it to come out. He's constipated. And then he's we're gonna say his name backwards. It'll come out. This is Chuki Okada Kazuka.
I love it. That's how they always do it. They always do it that way. Every Japanese wrestler has their name backwards when the announcer does it. And I'm like, fuck it. Works for me.
Then main event, Kazuchika Okada versus the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Very good.
It was very good. Enjoyed it. They kept it clean. It was technical and everything. It was great. Great way to end a show. That's the type of shit I like to see. The match is over. Well, Okada, after they put the belt back on him, he gets the mic, but he's actually speaking English. And he wanted Tanahashi to come back out. He said, let's form this dream tag team everybody wants and go after the tag. Who are the IWGP tag team champions right now?
Oh, God. That's a really good question, actually. I am going to have to look that one up. Like,
I'm looking it up too. Well, then we hear it's Bishamon, Haruki Goto, and Yoshihashi.
It is Goto and Yoshihashi. That's right.
That'd be a hell of a match. Well, then Mercedes Money comes back out, walking out like she walked out on Raw or SmackDown, same, but with the belt on. Well, then she looks at Okada and she's just like, I like this. And she's like, you like to make it rain. I like to make money. She's like, why don't we form a tag team one day? And he's down for it. So I guess they got mixed tag team gold, or unless they do like a Forbidden Door thing where they go to like fucking AAA challenge for those or whatever else they got. Can you imagine them two as mixed tag team champions? I'm all in for it.
Yeah, Ian Riccaboni said something about like they have mixed tag titles somewhere else. So I was like, let's do it. Fuck it.
Go to AAA. Go do it over there. And your tag team partner tweeted 2 goats, and it was the 5-second clip of Mercedes and Okada holding their titles up before the show closed out.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, again, I went in the whole thing saying, I don't think you need to put the title on Mercedes immediately, because right now, you just by having her name attached to your company right now is big enough. But they went with fucking putting on her, and you know what? I wasn't mad at it at all. Like, that just fucking, it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. This whole show was awesome. Like, I was just happy with it in
It
the end,
was.
because just Kyrie and fucking Mercedes absolutely killed it.
It was. And the show, until they got their, it could have been worse if they didn't fucking fix their problem. But other than that, I thought the show was very good. Now, who had a better show? I'm going to say Elimination Chamber show was better. But Battle in the Valley hung in there. By the time after the Motor City Machine Guns, then the rest of the matches were just clicking. It just got better.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't really know what I'm not even gonna pick a worse match, unless you want to say the 8-man tag was worse. But I didn't think it was that bad. I thought all the matches were good, but the best match did go to Mercedes and Kyrie. Best male match, I could say Okada and Tanahashi. Brutal match was definitely the Filthy Rules fight. Eddie and Jay could have been a lot better, but it wasn't terrible.
So I really liked Eddie and Jay. I don't know what it was. Eddie chopping the shit out of fucking Jay White. Like, Eddie Kingston hits like a fucking truck, dude. Holy hell. Like, I don't know what it is about a Jay White, Eddie Kingston like interaction like that, but it's fucking cool.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that was great. Now I kind of feel bad because I think Bakley just tuned in. We're about to wrap up, and he was just like, "Send me the link." I'm like, "Oh shit, we're about to wrap up here." But you know what? Oh god.
Sorry,
Well,
Bakley.
I know. Maybe we'll have to pop you on another time. He's trying to send me. He's trying to send me his shit right now. But I'm not sure. It's an hour and a half. I didn't think it was going to go an hour and a half. We spent over an hour talking Elimination Chamber, and then we spent 30 minutes talking Battle in the Valley. So,
yes.
Well, that will wrap it up. But let them know where they can find you so we can wrap this up.
See it on the screen. You see it. Twitter at JustinTime211. You can follow my co-host, my brother, at Jeremy Time.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yes. In Time Wrestling Podcast. Yes, find it, give it a listen. Listen to some of the older episodes right now, because again, I don't know when the actual set return date is going to be right now. Still on this big long hiatus, but until then, go listen to the old episodes. Give them a listen. You'll probably like us. I hope you guys will like us at least, because we're just two brothers chatting wrestling.
Okay, now it makes sense why he's send me the link. All the time, Bakley has been commenting after commenting the whole time, but Jordan's running this because Dylan's not home. So that's why he wanted to get on. He don't know how to post the comments, and it won't let me do it because I'm not hosting this. Dylan was hosting this before he left, and Jordan took over. But, I mean, Jordan never ran StreamYard in his life, so, I mean, it's not his fault. But I will say this before I close out. There's only, Tino's comment was the only one that popped up. The Resident Evil AMC on YouTube, whoever that is, he said, what up? And then he said, Roman Reigns win title, undisputed. Yeah, we all knew that shit. Bakley put, they are in Team Filthy, whoever he's talking about. Motor City Machine Guns just said they want to go to Japan now to take the IWGP tag titles. No Surrender is Friday, which, yeah, I knew that. I like watching it on YouTube. That's how I keep up with Impact.
Same.
It cuts out the commercials if you start watching at 8:30.
Okay.
New Japan needs a new heel, Gaijin, and I could see Finlay becoming the new leader.
I can see it too. Like, there's just something about how David Finlay cut that promo, where it just was like, he's going to take Jay White's place. He's going to lead Bullet Club, isn't he?
Then he put, they always look outside of Bullet Club to replace the leader. And he put, there wasn't this was straight to me. There wasn't boxing gloves. They were MMA sparring gloves.
Yep.
Yeah, he said that directly. He was talking directly to me. It's a different variation of it, and then he put different sequences, Bishaman and LMAO.
Shouts, Bakley. Shouts.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have been a lot more interesting if we got him. It'd have been great talking because he knows the New Japan shit. He watches it religiously, like some of our other buddies do that we don't.
I mean, I can't. I mean, I try to keep up with it as much as I do, but I know a lot about New Japan. But
I mean, I'm trying to break a record. I'm going to try and watch at least more than 3 shows a year because I always watch Wrestle Kingdom, the G1, and Dominion. That's like the only 3 shows I can remember. Like, I don't watch WrestlePalooza. I will watch it. I feel like it's an ECW pay-per-view name again. And then Battle in the Valley, I've only watched it so I could watch Mercedes and Kyrie. And of course, I'll say, oh, that's the main reason why I watched it. But yeah,
I literally went through. I don't think it was this year's G1. I think it was like last year's or the year before it, and I kept track of the whole thing myself. Like they were even doing it themselves with the point system, and I'm sitting here going, "I'll keep track of it myself, like tallies and everything."
Oh, he got it to work. Oh yeah, New Japan Cup starts in 2 weeks. So yeah, I remember Clark Connors was talking about that. Hopefully he gets to be in it. But yeah, you're at Just in Time 211. I'm at Marcus Elite 337 again on Twitter. Podcast is on Twitter at World Elite Pod. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and Twitch. Be sure to follow us everywhere there. We're on all audio platforms, free and available. Wherever you get your podcasts, give us that 5-star rating and review. We're sponsored by 80s Tees. Use our promo code World Elite to get 30% off of your order there. Do you have any last words before we close out?
No, just thank you for having me on as always, because I always enjoy coming on your guys' show when I can.
Yep. We'll probably do a Fallout for Revolution. We might. I don't know what day yet since the pay-per-view's on a Sunday. I might do it like on a Monday or a Tuesday. Now, WrestleMania, when it gets to WrestleMania, we're going to split the Fallouts. I'm going to do the night 1 immediately after the show. And then night 2, I'll probably do it immediately after, or I'll probably do it like the following day or 2 days later. It depends. So yeah, we'll because that's that one that when it's WrestleMania weekend, that's like one of our longest shows of the year because we predict 4 fucking shows. We technically predict 3. We predict Supercard, NXT, Stand and Deliver, and then both WrestleMania nights. Unless if there's like something else. We only did for the culture because Shane Taylor Promotions wrestled that night, and we just did the interviews with them. That's why we predicted that too with it. And like one GCW show because Moxley was fighting on it or some shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, that will do it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed Elimination Chamber and Battle in the Valley. I hope you guys enjoy more shit. I know Impact's got No Surrender coming up this weekend. I might watch it. Haven't decided yet. I know they got Raw is going to be fucking Raw and SmackDown are both going to be lit this week. AEW, I still watch it, but it's like I've been less interested in it because I really don't give a shit about MJF versus Bryan Danielson. I just want to see the Texas Death Match with Moxley and Hangman. That's probably the only reason why I'm going to watch that show. And if we get another Ricky Starks Chris Jericho match, that's probably the only reason I'm watching that fucking pay-per-view. But other than that, I'm going to tune in like always. We'll do a prediction show for it. Well, thank you again. Hopefully we hear the In Time Wrestling podcast again soon. And I know you're going to be coming back on probably in a week because we're going to do No Way Out 2003 with Dylan and I. And then it won't be long. In a month, 316 Day you'll be here, and we're going to talk WrestleMania 14 with you and the other Justin from Get Show Podcast to celebrate 316 Day. But thank you guys, and we will see y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.